Today, we are spectating a professional Luna Snow player, Paradoxed, who currently plays for Luminosity and makes Luna Snow look easy in the highest level of lobbies. If you want your own VODs reviewed, check out the link in the description that will take you to the academy I coach with. But now, let's dissect Paradoxed and his gameplay and get right into learning. He's got an Iron Fist, which I think is really cool. I've never seen this in a scrim. This is a scrim against a Rise, Shocker, who I was just playing with in Ranked. You guys might recognize him. I just want to highlight really what this guy is doing. So it looks like they're playing a pretty hard stack comp with Brawl. They're trying to just stack together and just use the infinite ammo really effectively. They're going to send their Iron Fist on the flank. He has the mark, which I think the reason why the mark is on him is because he's going to go on his own flank. He needs the healing throughout the fight, and he realistically, I already said it, but Paradox is not going to be able to get the mark on him mid-fight. So he's going to put it on there before the fight happens so he doesn't have to worry about it. Is what it seems. What's really nice about this Iron Fist team up is that now Paradox doesn't need to worry about anything peel wise, because he can realistically just peel for himself the whole time. So then when everyone is stacked, he's just clapping. He's getting 50% to his ult charge, by the way. That's insane, and he gets a pick. And that's gonna win them the first fight and move on to capturing this point. Because there's nothing he's really scared of now that they've won the fight, he tries to go for an aggressive freeze. Doesn't find anything. There is a world where the Star-Lord is ready and then goes on him after, but he has a team to help him peel, so he can be a little bit more aggressive in these situations. Right now, it just seems like all he's trying to do is get his ultimate as fast as possible, while the rest of his team is going to pull through and win with damage. I think a Rise's comp in red is just straight up losing here. I mean, you are running mag, but you are running into an infinite ammo Punisher, which is pretty difficult if you're going to try to run the thing. Especially in a map that's so long range. I think it's just losing from character select. But nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy coming out from LG here. They're just, or from LG Paradox. He's just chilling, getting his ult. Same thing we were talking about in the unranked GM. There's nothing too special that needs to be done in these games sometimes. That's obviously going to change based on the situation. But the other thing, too, is notice how he's not set up on choke. Notice how that last rank game where we got flamed. This guy is sitting in the back. Here's nothing to worry about. He's just playing with his Punisher and shooting the enemy team because they have better poke. That is exactly what needs to be done. He doesn't need to get any more ult charge. He doesn't need to clap anything and swing a corner. He's got his ult. There's nothing to worry about. He's just sitting here and poking because there's no fall off on his heal. That's all he needs to do. He just needs to live. He has his ult. Now it's up to his team. In a professional setting. In ranked, this could be a little different comps, all sorts of things, but it's the same idea, staying at a safe distance and just kind of waiting. What I really liked about this, though, and I watched a little bit of this before I did the review, so it's not as authentic, I guess, but I like how he didn't try to use his Luna Snow ult right away here. I think a lot of people, the moment they see this ult, they don't even try to shoot him. They just kind of autopilot to the ult here. But the thing is, no one else is shooting him, and he's completely safe here. What happens, and the reason why he ends up ulting, is because, well, there's a bubble in his face, and he gets targeted, and now he's going to ult. But now that's an extra 2 seconds of this ultimate for the rest of the fight that's going to be able to give his team what they need to maybe force out their Luna Snow ult. And it's a very small thing, but he didn't use it right away, and I think that's a really big thing to look at here. He tried to kill the guy first because he was so far out of position. The only reason why he didn't die was because he got the bubble from Scatter Genji here. Other thing too is the moment that there's no threat, he switches to damage boost. While this guy is reloading and goes behind cover, he's like, oh, okay, he's not shooting anyone. I'm just going to damage boost and see if we can find a pick. Which actually does give Alfie the pick on Crazy May. Super big value. It's something that I need to get better at personally when I'm ulting on my main, but it's a lot of value that people are underselling here. It's a very big deal that he did that. So yeah, now he's just gonna keep damage boosting on point when there's no threat, and it's just, look, another health bar is just gonna start going down here on the magic. They didn't find her yet, but it definitely is helpful. The snowballs being used aggressively is a little confusing to me because I feel like the magic or the Star-Lord could have a better lookout for that. But he does have a Rocket Raccoon, which can peel for him, and the rest. He also has his C. So he has his Iron Fist combo, which is probably why he's looking to snowball more aggressively. because now he can just use that to peel for himself, actually. So I'm wrong in that sense. I think he actually should be going for aggressive snowballs the whole time. He's actually doing this the right way because he has the Iron Fist. If he didn't have the Iron Fist, I think he would be holding on to his right click a lot more. But now, since he used ult, we're back to farming. After one clap that wasn't even the most efficient clap he could have had, he probably could have just stopped trying to shoot the Star-Lord that no one else was shooting and just immediately switched to the tank. He might have had a Groot wall in his face. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. We'll look at this. No, he didn't, but he got 25% off of the clap here. Imagine if he had 2 more claps to that team, he probably gets like 35%. But again, it's alt farming mode here. It's all alt farming mode, keeping your team alive, sure. But the faster he gets his ult, the faster he wins the game. Dodges the mag ult by playing on this wall. This was really well done. He maybe could have played in his Magneto's LOS. Let's see if this guy even had bubble. Thing is, he didn't have bubble, so that's why he's just going to go to natural cover. That's just good comms. Good comms. Oh, wow, that was really good. Good comms on his team's part, knowing that, hey, the mag doesn't have bubble. Instead of trying to like say, hey, mag, why didn't you bubble me? They know that they don't have it, so he's just going to play on this wall and be safe. Nice. So then moving on, I mean, good snowball. Trying to take him out of the air. I think there's a world where he doesn't even try to snowball a Star-Lord that's flying like that, and he just uses it on a tank or like uses it on a support or maybe even Melophobia over there. But if he's the GOAT and he's hitting a snowball consistently on a Star-Lord, I mean, all the power to him. I don't know what the reasoning behind trying to snowball Star-Lord so much is, or if it's just like he wasn't really thinking about it and it's just damage. And I really like this, by the way, because his team is winning this fight. They have a rocket to heal, so there's no real threat when there's only 2 people alive that the rocket isn't going to be able to heal the team. So instead of anyone else looking at it like a DPS that could just be cleaning up, he's just going to look at the Star-Lord and make sure that he doesn't res. And then, I mean, I feel like that snowball was a little BM because now Melophobia is going to be on top of him. But again, look, he has his C, so there's nothing to be scared of. The snowball was a little BM, I can't lie. But yeah, that's going to win them the point. All in all, it's stuff that we talked about in the unranked GM. It's farming your ultimate really fast. It's playing around your team and not doing too much. The damage, he didn't really need to do a whole lot of damage because his composition, like their composition was just so much better than the enemies. They're on the same composition. I want to see how Arise is going to go through this. Like how this is going to help them out. He waits for the Groot to go first. He's not going to put himself in a bad position. Looks for a snowball. Really, he's really being aggressive with these snowballs. And I mean, I guess it's fine because he has the C. And if he does find something there, it does kind of just secure them a pick and a win. So I think it's okay to just swing and just look for a snowball. That's something I could probably do more. Just if there's not a lot that's going to dive me, just like constantly looking for a snowball. That's a great wall from Alfie. Holy, that should get a pick. See, again, look, the C there. Oh my gosh. If he didn't have C, he dies. I'm telling you, the Iron Fist team up, guys, it's slept on. It is slept on. Right there, though, what probably needed to happen is a lot less aggressive of a positioning. And instead, the moment they start walking up, or like thinking in his head, like, okay, what's realistically going to get on top of me here? It's going to be the magic. I think something that probably could have happened this fight, and an example of what we could have done a little better, is been where our rocket is. Make sure that we live to try to get this ultimate. Because we know that they have ults and we don't, if we're all tracking efficiently. But as we can see, instead of kiting backwards, he kites inwards, and that's going to put him out of position here, and that's going to kill him. It's going to get him killed from the clobber time. And then the rest of the team dies. Imagine if he had a Luna ult here and he just played a little bit safer. Even pros can kind of make mistakes too. Well, here's the thing. He does have a res. It looks like this fight's lost. There's no way they win this, right? Am I stupid? Wait, am I stupid? Wait, chat, am I stupid? I think I'm not stupid. I think he still could have not wasted the rocket res. But that is a play to be made. So what might have actually happened here, and this is actually really cool. What might have actually happened there is they might have made Paradox play aggressively because they knew they had ults and try to put him in a position where he could get more ult charge because they know that they have the rocket res. And if he plays out of position, they're probably going to target him first. He's going to die first, and then he gets res, then the Luna Snowball comes back. There is a reality where that's what they were doing. Is that doing too much though? So that is a way that you could possibly play if you know that you are, like, let's say he was like 50% ult right now. I could definitely see a play being like, hey, we have res in the back. Luna Snow can get aggressive. It does not matter if she dies. We just need her to get ult before they actually get to point. They actually win the fight though because of that play, because of a rocket res. Right there. So I'm actually interested in what happened here. Wonder why he didn't look to peel his backline. So we see that the Venom's ulting there, or not ulting, but like going. I don't know why he didn't turn for this. Maybe because he thinks the rocket's just gonna live anyways, and that he wants to help frontline. But I do think like when you see the dive happen, he probably should just look left immediate. I'm surprised he didn't, unless he wants to try to get a pick, and he thinks that's fine. Because honestly, it should be fine. I don't know. I want to look back at this fight. Is this another fight where a pro trolled, chat? Is that possible? Is it possible for pros to troll? Because the other thing too is like if I know that the Star-Lord has ult and I don't have my Luna ult yet, I think the target is almost like, especially when he's kind of inting like this, is almost always this guy. Like fuck my tanks, right? I mean, he did kind of go for it when it came into his line of sight, but we didn't play for it. I don't know. I think there's definitely a way where a world where he just goes to try to kill the Star-Lord here instead of trying to kill Mag. But Mag did look like a free pick, so I would also probably shoot the Mag there. But in retrospect, maybe he shoots the Star-Lord so Star-Lord doesn't get ult out, and then they can maybe win it. He did go for the snowball. If he hits that snowball, he's insane. But it happens. I think the other thing too is that there's no need for him to really peel for his backline all the time when it's Rocket. He has self-heal on his R&B, as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware. And he has infinite ammo too. So like the dive should never really kill the Punisher. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Or they're just trying to turn it one way or another. It wasn't like a terrible execution. I think it was, I don't think it was a terrible idea. It just didn't work out. So yeah, oh, he probably didn't clap. He probably didn't clap because he knew he was going to need more healing. So instead of using it for ult, he used it for healing later. This makes sense. Okay. I didn't realize they had a lever this whole fight. So he's solo healing right now. So that's probably why Red's able to turn this then. So the reason why he claps now is because they just double ulted and he wants to try to heal a lot of people before he can even walk in here. It didn't work out though. Yeah, it actually makes sense now. It's kind of unfortunate. This you can't really VOD this now that you're down a healer. And then he's just gonna die. Trying to save the sleep for the Star-Lord ult, but good luck hitting that thing, man. They have a Thing ult and they have a Luna ult. Yeah, he shifts the dive. And now it just goes forward. I don't mind this clap. He's 60% on ult. It's really hard to farm ult against a dive comp too, so you more often than not are using it for peel. Which is also why he's trying not as hard to farm ult, but when the situations present themselves, usually I just go for it. I don't know if that's wrong though. That might be. So right now, yeah, he's just trying to, he's clapping now to farm ult to try to get it before this clobber happens. Very well done. Tries to go for a sleep up there because he knows he has his C and he has ult. And now that it's an overtime fight, he just ults on point because they have to come to him. And I think this is a W for LG. Should be. He's doing damage now. Oh, he almost hit that though. Wait, I want to see how he aimed that. Oh, that would have been nutty if he hit that shit though, right? Yeah, he just shifts to realistically peel for the dive. Now everyone's all over the place, which is kind of rough. Maybe dive on this point is just so good because of how like short the walk is to get back to point. It feels like they just lost because the enemy team can just keep walking back to point. Marvel Rivals fights take forever. I'm surprised he didn't clap yet. I feel like there's so many stacked. He could try to get his ult here. Yep, he claps when the dive happens to peel for himself a bit. Huh. That should be an L. So that was unfortunate. They had a lever. They did win this map, so I want to see how they adapt to a dive. They didn't change anything really about their comp other than now they have a Punisher, it looks like. A Punisher and not a Punisher, they have a Bucky. So this is a very common way to answer dive. It's just infinite ammo Punisher, and then the moment they go in, the Venom just dies. Because an infinite ammo shotgun to the face is pretty OP. Also, Bucky pulling them away too is very nice. It's a very common answer to dive. So he knows that Venom is just sitting on the right, but he doesn't really care. He doesn't have the passive to push away anymore, so we want to see how maybe his snowballs are used a little differently. Yep, snowball is now used to peel for himself instead of being used aggressively. And look at that. I mean, he freezes him. He leaves him alone. We find a pick on their Luna Snow. Life is good. And then Dreadhead just kills everyone with infinite ammo. It's an easy answer to dive. It doesn't take a lot of aim, just takes a lot of, okay, we have infinite ammo. Wait. What happened there? Did Shocker just own some dude in the screen? Oh. I know that dude is getting flamed in comms, bro. Shocker just owned that guy. What happened here? Sometimes I wonder what's going on. I wonder if they kind of were just like checked out of if this was last map of the scrim block. I mean, there's no need to really ult that guy because he's probably just dead anyways. I'd rather see it like later so that we can stall out point a bit. That's probably what he's going to go for with the Luna ult. He died again from the res. That's rough. This is turnable though. We got a pick. He right-clicks the Venom. I mean, like I said, the reason why he wasn't right-clicking before was because he had that Iron Fist team up. So that's actually kind of interesting. I didn't think about that. Because no one plays Iron Fist, I swear. And now he's just living. He doesn't even use the Luna ult. He says one pick on my Bucky that's going to get rezzed by my rocket. I ain't ulting all that. That's definitely something I need to get better at, like understanding that rocket can just res a teammate, and it's fine if someone dies. It's fine if I die. We just need to get our ults. So they've been consistently using that to try to either bait out an enemy ult or to farm their own ult with that rocket res, which I think is really cool. It makes rocket actually not seem like as bad of a character. You really are just playing him for the res. This is kind of like an oh shit panic ult. I do think it was warranted though. If the group goes down, the odds of you winning this fight is a lot less. Like it's a lot scarier. Their Luna's gonna ult, so they have 3 more seconds of trance than we do. And I mean, at that point, once Merge is dead, it's definitely gonna be a lot harder. They also have the Venom ult with the Luna Snow ult, so that kills any squishy. Oh, he just absolutely owned that guy. He absolutely just owned that guy. It's unfortunate that the Groot was so low and they had to use ult so early. Now we know they have res and they also have the Psylocke ult, but I don't know. Psylocke ult never feels real to me. I want to see how a pro team without a Loki is going to deal with a Psylocke ult. If that is going to actually even kill anyone either. They're opting not to play outside here where they're going to get an easy dive target set up here. So it looks like the Punisher is just going to play with the rocket to counter the dive on the rocket. And the rest of them are just going to path over here where it's impossible for them to dive. It's impossible for them to dive them here because they're inside. If you ever need to play against a dive, you just need to avoid getting walked on or getting jumped on. And inside is a very easy way to do that. Forces them to immediately change their angle. And now they're just going to walk main. I like that a lot from Alfie. You're taking the Psylocke ult out of the fight, out of the picture. Nothing to worry about now. And you're starting to fight as a 6v5. Very well done. As you can see, the snowball is always going to the Venom, always going to the dive and just stopping him from getting anything done. Now that now that the Iron Fist isn't in the game anymore. And then the Shocker did a good res here. It was a good Groot ult, but then Shocker does a good res to get that ult back in the fight because that's their win con for the fight. But Alfie also did a really good thing. He forced out 2-3 ults now because of a really good pick early on in the fight. So while it looks like they lose the fight, because like essentially they do. Wait, do they lose the fight? Okay, yeah, they lose the fight. While they lose the fight, it's actually not bad from LG. It's creating a winning opportunity for their team that they're going to try and take that Psylocke out of the fight. Now all they have to go up against is a Mag ult and a Luna Snow ult, which is, I feel, much better than an Atom ult and a Psylocke ult that could just kill my whole team. These are things that can be just bubbled, things that can be blocked in the neutral. Or at least forced out in the neutral. So now it just seems like they're going to try to force out a Luna ult with the Punisher ult. Let's wait. The bubble was really good. I'm surprised it didn't ult earlier. Like, I would have ulted before that meteor even hit. I think he was just a little late on it, because then I would have had my shield and I for sure wouldn't have died. If this mag put it a little back, like farther back, he probably just dies. Like, this guy has balls of steel. Where's the Psylocke? The damage boost for that long there is actually insane. That dude's got balls, man. Huh. I guess because he knows there's like not a Hello or anything that has like any like real poke presence other than Shocker. I think that's the reason why he doesn't really care. And he just damage boosts through it. He also has Rocket that's going to do AoE heals. I mean, that's something I don't even do a lot in Luna Snow. Like the damage boost on the ult there. I probably would have like, well, I probably would have looked for it, but I wouldn't have been as like, he just didn't care. He wasn't even looking around for where the Psylocke was. He just auraed them. Actually just auraed them. So now we're going into last fight with a Mag ult, a Thor ult, a Rocket ult, and almost a Bucky ult. They have a res, which is really important to get out here. If there's a target on this team, I'm thinking the target is Shocker here, but I don't know where LG's going to go with this. Do we also know if Shocker has res or not? He has self-res, so that also makes things a little bit interesting. Okay, yeah, we're just dodging this and clapping the Psylocke ult. He goes in turret form so he doesn't die. That's really good that they stopped that ult early. Alfie dies, but it's because of the space he made that the Psylocke ult didn't kill anything. And now Psylocke's dead, so we traded. That's good. Now Bucky has ult too. We're turning this with a Bucky damage boost. I think this is just over. Right there, you can see the Venom goes in, tries to kill it, but infinite ammo Punisher is just going to completely stop his play. The only reason why he can keep going is because he has ult. But these two are just stacking together and just peeling for each other. The thing is, the dive is really scared of the Punisher because the Punisher's just going to absolutely tear through him. And now he's infinite ammo again. It's just over. It's so cooked. That was really well done. I mean, people are pro players for a reason. But the game's only been out for like a couple months, so pros still make mistakes, which was pretty cool to learn from too. Like the higher level mistakes that you're going to see on Luna Snow. All in all, though, like I'm satisfied with what we saw. That was some pretty cool stuff. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments down below when I upload this on YouTube. And but until next time, this was Paradoxed on LG. I've got a peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.